It's Sunday morning, which means I'm back out on the trail again. And didn't do much research, so decided just to come up to Jocelyn Hill, do a quick circuit round there. Maybe about an hour, 2 hours. And then head back down the road. This is a first viewpoint, looking down over Squally Reach, and it was followed by this little dog. So I'm past the first lookout, and now at the junction where I can either head straight up Jocelyn Hill or take a different route round Timberman Trail. I'm going to take the Timberman Trail, one, because that gives me the option at the far end whether I carry on towards Mackenzie Bight or just do the Jocelyn route loop. So I'm now at the junction with Jocelyn Hill and the Timberman's Trail, and it's decision time. I either head on up Jocelyn Hill, do a loop and come back. Pretty near the top of Jocelyn Hill, so it only take me about 10 minutes maybe to get to the top, and then another half an hour back. So it's pretty short. Or this is saying that Mackenzie Bight is 5 kilometres in this direction. I don't go as far as Mackenzie Bight. There's a turn off before that, takes me back down onto a whole series of roads. They'll eventually lead me back to the car. It's 10:37 just now. Okay, decision time. Okay, so I decided to go the Timberman Trail and the long route because I've never been this way before, or not in the last 10 years, I don't think. The last time I came along here, we were training for doing the Kusum climb. I don't think I'll recognise any of it. Just got to make sure I don't go too far and end up right down at Mackenzie Bight, or else it's going to be a long road back. So I'm at a lookout, and this is the ridge here that I think I'm going to go onto and then travel along here probably to about this point here, and then I think I'm going to drop down maybe just over the other side of that hill and then head down to the valley down there somewhere. Cross over through these hills and then come back around by a road back to the trailhead. Anyway, it's a little bit up and down. But very quiet trail. There's no one else on it. At least I haven't passed anyone yet. And so far, it's been easy to follow. More trees and more trees. I'm on the ridge now, and I've come for a bit along this trail here. Came up through a little bit of a gully, up onto a rise. Now I gotta follow it round, and then hopefully don't miss that turn off. But it's really nice and quiet out here. So I've been running along the ridge and got too hot, so now wearing a t-shirt. Try to cool down, and it's up and down. It's a sort of cross between run for a bit, get onto a hill, just do a sort of quick uphill march, and then get onto another flat section and run on that. There's a few gnarly bits with rocks and trees that you have to negotiate to go a little bit slower. So yeah, I'm not going to do any record 10k paces, but for a trail run, it's fun. And yeah, probably burn up more energy than I did doing my 10k yesterday. Anyway, I passed the signpost back there, said Mackenzie Bight was 3.5 kilometers maybe. So you got about another kilometer before I have to branch off and head off on a different route. Guessing that is the Scully Reach. Look out. So on the other side is the Malahat, is over there somewhere. And that waterfall that's down there in the distance, I think that must be Spectacle Creek, Spectacle Falls. And we were there a few weeks ago when kayaked down, and somewhere around there and up in the mist there must be Mount Work. But there's a little bit of mist up here rolling in. It's nice and cool, no wind. That's me at the nice viewpoint, which is just a little bit off the trail. I think the trail is down that way somewhere, but I thought I'd come up this one, take a quick 2 or 3 minute look out. Not really seeing much though, just more of the ridge, more trees and more mist. So that's the trail down that way, and I came up round and then up through here to the viewpoint. I'm going to go back down a little bit, and then it cuts through. Looks like it's going down through this bit of valley down here. I came up here, and this is the junction, I think, where I mustn't go wrong, because that one takes me to Mackenzie Bight, which is in the wrong direction, and I would end up having to do either a big hike back all the way around the road, probably like 10 kilometers, or hike back up the hill and back towards Jocelyn, or take this trail here, which is the way I think I should go, and this cuts down to another road which will take me into another park, cross over another hill, and I should come out at Lone Tree Hill if I take this one. It's still a ways to go, maybe 4 kilometers, maybe 4 or 5 kilometers, but a lot better than going this way, walking for another 2 kilometers and then another 10 kilometers back around the road. So apparently there's possibly a bicycle trail. There's past 2 cyclists coming the other direction. I don't know if they're going to get much further. See where all the chain rings have hit the log. The thing with mountain bike trails is that they're a lot faster to run on. A little bit more windy, but they're not as steep or as rocky. Should be coming out to the road here. And civilization. Made it to civilization. Gotta head down that road, hit another road, go through a park, over a hill, another road, then up that sort of road, hilly bit, back to the car. I gotta cross country on the way back to get where the car is parked. This road does not link to where the car is parked. Okay, just past another junction, and then gotta head off cross country down this trail here. Looks like it's a little bit of a river crossing. There's a creek. And run this for just under a kilometre. Well, one of the advantages of having Gore-Tex boots is that you can just walk right through it. Your feet are dry. Dry feet. Just for the fun of it, I decided to run through it again, just to prove that the shoes really do work. And back off the road again. Gotta cut through this park, this bit of woodland, which will hopefully bring me about another bit of road, which should take me right back to the Emma Dixon trailhead. And I've come a big 10-kilometre loop. Back out onto another bare hill section in amongst the trees, so we can actually see more trees. That's what you can see. At least if the sun was out, you get the sun. Yeah, it's like when they were going through the old forest in Lord of the Rings. They're going through the gloomy forest and they come to this section that's open and you can feel the sun. It's a little bit like that. Oh, kind of left the trail a little bit. I did a little bit of bushwhacking. It's not the main trail. Anyway, there's a path, and it's actually a shortcut. I should be further over, a different direction, but it's a shortcut, so I'm not going to complain. Just heard a car go past, so I reckon the road must just be up here a little bit, and that'll be Millstream Road. Let's get onto that. Should be a run back up to where I parked the car. Hey, look, a bridge. I don't need to go through and get my feet wet this time. There we go. And back out onto Millstream Road. And from here, it was about another half a kilometre back to the car.